A judge to drop all charges related to Georgia's election interference case against him.
The prosecution is accused of alleged misconduct.
Caroline Elliott joins us live from Atlanta with more from the court filing. Caroline.
Well done, Scott. The former president wants the judge to dismiss this case because of a, quote, alleged misconduct and an inappropriate relationship in this case. Now, the relationship in question here is between District Attorney Fanni Willis and Special Prosecutor Nathan Wade. The court filing claims Fanni Willis and Special Prosecutor Nathan Wade have a personal relationship and that the DA has paid the Special Prosecutor over $650,000 for working on this case. The court filing also claims he used taxpayer dollars to take Willis on vacations. Now, neither District Attorney Willis nor the Special Prosecutor have confirmed or denied a romantic relationship between the two, but court documents show credit card statements with trips purchased for both Fanni Willis and Nathan Wade. There's plane tickets to Miami, flights to San Francisco, as well as cruises and hotel stays. And one of Trump's co-defendants has also asked the judge to toss this case. The judge gave the DA's office until February 2nd to respond. The request to drop these charges came as lawyers for another one of Trump's co-defendants requested more information about communications between the White House and the district attorney's office in this case.
The White House has its fingerprints on all 4 criminal prosecutions of President Trump. And now we know they have their fingerprints on this case.
Yeah, so the meltdown that the left is undergoing right now over allegedly corrupt Fanni Willis and her RICO indictment against Donald Trump is finally reaching what has got to be critical mass, and it has taken on a life of its own. Now the county commissioners are asking questions again. State legislatures now getting involved on a couple different levels. And Trump and his team have moved to have the case dismissed. And still, with all of that, you've got absolute white-knuckle fear and complete and total silence from Georgia Governor Kemp. Why? We don't know. We'll find out. But more important than any of those people, the citizens of Fulton County, Georgia have absolutely had enough. They want an audit. They want accountability, and if things are even half as bad or even close to as bad or even a quarter as bad as they actually look, the citizens of Fulton County want Fanni Willis gone. And no matter how bad she says the orange guy is, they want her gone. And the media propagandists, the media apologists, they can't handle it. They can't handle that it's all falling apart. And as usual, the greatest meltdown of all comes from The View. And yeah, you guys know me. I love talking about The View.
So, criminal charges of election interference in Georgia are one of the many legal battles Trump is fighting right now. But his attorneys are calling for the case to be dismissed in Georgia and for Fulton County DA Fani Willis to be disqualified amid allegations of an inappropriate relationship with one of her 3 prosecutors. Follow it? Here's what she said about it recently.
First thing they say, oh, she gonna play the race card now. But no, God, isn't it them who's playing the race card when they only question one? Isn't it them playing the race card when they constantly think, I need someone from some other jurisdiction in some other state to tell me how to do a job I've been doing almost 30 years.
So could these allegations compromise the case against him? Is stepping down the best move here?
I don't think the allegations are going to compromise the case against him.
Against Trump?
He's clearly a criminal in my view. And prosecutors, we used to say prosecutors were like roaches.
Yeah, so at least we now know how Sunny Hostin views herself. World-renowned prosecutor at large, Sunny Hostin says the prosecutors are just like a bunch of roaches. But ignore that. Listen to what she actually just said right there. She says the charges against Trump can't go away because he's a criminal in my mind. None of that matters. It doesn't matter what she thinks. We have constitutional protections that protect the innocent just as the same as they protect the guilty, right? And if this case is not in line with that, it's not in line with the law, it doesn't matter what anybody thinks about a defendant's guilt. But this does give us a real window into how these people believe that things should work.
Like, you get rid of 2 and then like 10 more show up. So even if she resigns and even if he resigns, there are just going to be 2 perhaps even better prosecutors to take their place. So
why
that's not the issue.
Why does Trump keep saying she should resign?
Well, I think the issue is that there is an appearance of impropriety if you are sleeping as the district attorney, if you are, allegedly.
She doesn't admit to that.
She's not admitting to that.
Yeah, so that's true. She hasn't admitted sleeping with the guy. She also hasn't admitted traveling with him multiple times on his dime, $640,000 worth that he's gotten from the Georgia taxpayer. But we now know that that is true. And notice she hasn't denied any of those things either. But listen to these people, man. She hasn't denied. So if this were a Republican, if this were a conservative, if this was some random white guy or anyone within 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon to Donald Trump, they would have no doubt in their minds. They had already strung him up. And here they are pretending like they're the wait and see kind of types. Nobody believes that. They believe it, but nobody watching that believes it. I mean, it is insane. They know, I know, you know, we all know exactly what has gone on here. The district attorney thinks that she can do whatever she wants. You know, however she wants to abuse the system to become a legend, she thinks she can do it. And you know what? She just could not stop herself. Why pervert the system for political gain when you can pollute the system for personal gain at the same time? That's exactly what allegedly she's done. And really, if she hadn't done that, I don't think it would have blown up like this. You know, and here's the best part. You know, regardless of who steps down, regardless of who gets embarrassed, regardless of whose career is made or ruined, remember that the entire point of this case was to rush through to a conviction before the presidential election. That's not going to happen. Every screw up they've had, every improper thing that gets uncovered, every delay that happens ensures that that is just not likely to happen. And here's something that I do think is important, right? No talking head or party propagandists want to try to reconcile this. But Donald Trump for years and years and years has alleged that there are unjust and oftentimes criminal corruptions of the system coming out against him, right? Now, I'm not saying that that is or is not true. That's not what this video is about. But what I am saying is, if that is the sort of defendant that you're going after, don't you think you'd make damn sure to not only not run a corrupt prosecution, but also go way, way, way out of your way to make sure that things don't even look corrupt? Because every time one of these things comes out, the millions and millions of awakening people out there start to wonder, you know, what else that Donald Trump told them was true?
If you are sleeping with your special counsel that you appointed to a job and that person makes money doing that, right? So that's a problem. But the other thing we need to remember is this is probably one of the strongest cases against Trump. And she asked 2 other much more qualified lawyers to take it on, and they did not want to. I would not want to take this job on. You know what it's like to cross Trump. You get death threats. Your family gets death threats. Right. What lawyer wants to do that? She went actually to a lawyer that I know who's a former federal prosecutor. His name is Gabe, what's his last name? Gabe Banks. He's turned it down. She went to Roy Barnes, who was the former governor of Georgia, one of the state's premier lawyers, who I also know. He turned it down.
That's pretty interesting stuff. I mean, this would never, ever happen, but wouldn't it be amazing to get those people actually on the record, truthfully on the record, about why they turned it down? Because Sonny is talking crazy. I very, very much doubt some powerful career prosecutor would turn down a case like this, a case that is supposed to be important, a case that is supposed to be just, supposed to be righteous, because they fear Donald Trump and MAGA extremists. That doesn't make any real sense. You know, that doesn't exist. I mean, I've not seen any real data on Trump supporting threats, but obviously there's crazy people everywhere. Crazy people on all sides, crazy people of all stripes. They are everywhere. Stroll through the comments on here and you'll know there's some loons. They're out there. But I know this. I know that anyone caught assaulting powerful people with a hammer, or anyone who's been caught outside of a Supreme Court justice's home with weapons, they've all been deranged leftists. I'm not saying that that means anything. I'm just saying that that is a fact. But, you know, I digress. My point is, these kinds of people are not turning down anything in life because of fear. If they're turning down an important case, a really important case, something like this, it's because that they know something that we don't. And I'm pretty sure eventually we're going to find out what that is.
And then she settled on this other guy. He doesn't have that much experience prosecuting RICO cases and prosecuting this kind of case. This is the best that she got.
But if you are sleeping with a prosecutor and paying him $650,000, It doesn't matter if you're black, white, green, purple, brown. It is wrong.
Yes.
And it is unethical, and I think it's against the rules of professional regulation of the legal. And it does affect the case. There's many cases that have fallen apart because an attorney is sleeping with a client, or people in the prosecutor's office are having phone sex with a witness. I mean, I'm not making it up. Go look at Griselda, you know, the one that's on Netflix now.
Which is very good.
She was she killed everybody, and the second case against her fell apart because 2 employees at the prosecutor's office were having phone sex with a witness. You don't
With the witness,
that.
yes.
At a minimum,
witness,
this is going to delay the case, and it very likely will till after Election Day. The Trump folks and they do have the right to try to use every delay tactic in the book, and I just personally am pissed off about this. This is the case of her lifetime. It's a sweeping RICO case. It's a tough one. I think she actually has what she needs to prove this case.
She does.
But one of my best friends, Cassidy Hutchinson, spent months in Atlanta protected by U.S. Marshals to testify for this case.
She's a brave girl.
Now it may all fall apart because these allegations of
Sonny,
impropriety.
it's not going to fall apart.
No.
Yeah, it is absolutely going to fall apart. And newsflash, unrelated, Alyssa Farrah Griffin and that complete and total wacko Cassidy Hutchinson are best friends. I mean, that explains so much. That explains so much. And I don't think that she spent months under protection of federal marshals for this case. I've never heard that. That doesn't sound right, but nothing about that really makes sense. We'll have to look into that. But just look at what we're watching here. These ladies, prosecutor or not, experienced or not, collectively, they have really no idea what they're talking about. They may as well be sitting around drinking wine and playing bridge live on TV, bitching and moaning about modern culture. That's what I hear there. That's what I see. They're literally trying to hold this fantasy together in their mind, and for the mushy-brained people that believe every word they say. And it's crazy to watch. I mean, Joy is basically willing the case to continue.
But it could delay it till after the election.
I do agree that it could be delayed because they would have to get new prosecutors.
If prosecutors are like roaches, you can't end at 3 asks. So if you're saying they asked 2 really qualified, then one who's never taken on this level, and it might be the career for a lifetime, keep asking because there's more there.
Yeah. I'm pissed off too because when you are, I'm very pissed off too because when you are a woman of color in such a high-profile position, you know that the scrutiny that's going to befall you is greater than on anybody else.
Your stuff
and she needed to have kept her house clean.
I will say there are still allegations, but I feel that way.
I mean, you have a legal note, Sonny.
Real quickly, if there's nothing going on, because she has not confirmed or denied, which is another criticism she's getting. If someone was making a false accusation, you come out and say, this is wrong, you guys, you don't understand.
There's a big paper
that's
trail is the
delaying a big
problem.
part of this. Until they reassign this case, she has a stop on it, and she knows better.
I agree with you. You don't go to a black church. You have a press conference and you deny it if you're not doing it.
Yeah, I mean, it's all sinking in, man, right there in real time. They're like, why can't she just deny it? Why go play the race card in some black church? Why not just have a press conference and tell us how bogus this all is? Because it's not. Because it's not bogus. She can't do that because as much as she would love to do that, she'll just appear to be a liar. She can't Bill Clinton this thing just to make you feel better. I mean, she did it. She is allegedly corrupt. It looks like she did it, and she is probably a criminal. I mean, this whole case, like all the other Trump cases, I think, in the end, are only going to make Donald Trump look correct. She has made him the victim. That is the worst thing they could have possibly done. They have turned Donald Trump into the victim of a weaponized district attorney's office. I mean, and literally all this lady's got to show for it are a couple of misdemeanor plea deals and Sidney Powell's autograph, which is pretty cool. I'd like to have Sidney Powell's autograph. But really, I mean, this case may have half a chance if she actually admitted it and tried to just move ahead with this. But Navarro's right, man. Especially when you're doing things like this, you got to have a clean house.
But there's still allegations, and that's why I have a legal note. District Attorney Fanni Willis has neither confirmed nor denied a relationship with Nathan Wade, and has denied claims she acted improperly in hiring him. Wade has not responded to the allegations.
You know, this is the Trump playbook. Postpone everything. Postpone the border. Postpone the economy. Postpone everything. And postpone this case. He figures, oh, maybe I'll be in office and I won't have to go to jail. That is his whole MO.
Isn't that funny, man? I mean, Joy Behar literally absorbed nothing through that entire conversation. She is so stuck on stupid, man, that it is almost unbelievable. I mean, she just had a conversation about the fact that the prosecution against Donald Trump is broken in basically every single possible way. And her reaction is, how dare Donald Trump try and delay this case? That's just Trump's move. This getting delayed because of Trump. God, she's not paying attention. This is not getting delayed because of Donald Trump. I mean, it's truly amazing. This is getting delayed because people are coming out of their Trump deranged fog and realizing that in a lot of ways that he can see, ways that are real, ways that matter, he's right. You know, these people are after him. But anyway, I thought you'd enjoy that. That's just my take, guys. Let me know yours in the comments. And if you haven't already, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Most importantly, share the channel. I'll see you in the next one.